Welcome, Taurus. This is your weekly Taroscope reading for April the 25th through to May the 1st, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and I just got back from vacation where I didn't have to care about what day it was, so I'm trying to get back into the groove. Sorry for the hesitation there in what day it was, because I'm really not sure at this point. But before we get into the cards, thank you so much for all of your support, all of the beautiful positive energy you send my way each and every day. Um, you guys rock. Thank you so much. Now, let's get to you. Let's get to the cards. We start with the Page of Swords. So, there could be a little bit of knee-jerk energy this week with you. There could be a want to just do things for the reaction. Okay? Just do things in order to get something going, okay? The Page of Swords is a young energy, and she wants to go forward. She wants the action. She wants to move things. She wants to get the ball rolling. But sometimes with a young energy, if you can think back to your younger years when you wanted to get something going and you didn't plan it through and you didn't work it out in your head first, it usually crashed and burned on you. So we don't want to do the knee-jerk energy. Absolutely not, even though I think you are going to be wanting to this week. So you're really going to have to keep that front of mind, that you can't just react to something, that you need to step back out of the situation, look at it, examine it, ask a few qualifying questions before you make a move forward. Because I think you just want to go forward, or you're tired of being in the rut and you just want to push yourself forward this week. I don't think that unless you have planned it out, that would be a wise move for you this week. You don't want to just jump in both feet. You want to test the waters. Absolutely. Now, next to it, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is very much, what are you cultivating? What are you doing today that is going to resemble the world you want to walk in, you want to live in, the person you want to become tomorrow? So what are you changing in your life? What are you doing in your life in order to enhance your life on a daily basis by changing a small thing in your routine, week by week or day by day or even month by month, to kind of tweak it a little bit every day so that we are mirroring exactly what we want to become. And it's all about your passions, your dreams, your desires. Okay? With the Knight of Cups, right after the Seven of Pentacles, what are you cultivating when it comes to walking into your passions and your dreams? Do something each day, something small, but something that you can say, I did this today. Maybe it's research, maybe it's talking to the right people, maybe it's putting yourself out there. Whatever it is, what are you doing each and every day? Are you handing out resumes on a daily basis in order to get that perfect job? Are you scouting out new places to work, new things to do, maybe a small business on the side? And overall, three is the King of Cups. So building your security. So you may be looking at your passions and your dreams and you are wondering maybe if it's really going to bring the sustainable long-term security that you are hoping for, that you are trying to master. Okay, so maybe it's looking at it a little bit long term, but looking at it realistically and not looking at it in a way of how you want to see it. Because very much with the Page of Swords, sometimes we can get stuck into our way of thinking and not allowing in, it's almost like putting on blinders and not seeing the negatives or not seeing a plan B because we are so set in what we can already see. So maybe taking off the blinders this week is a very strong affirmation that you are looking at all angles, that you are looking at all ways to walk into tomorrow, to become that person, to become that dream that you want. Okay, we have Justice. So you're really looking at creating the balance in your life this week. You want harmony to come in, you want joy to come in, and you are doing steps. You are doing proactive steps this week, even if you don't know you're doing proactive steps, to bring in that balance, in order to bring in that harmony, that joy. So it may be working a little harder after the day job in order to get that business off the ground. It may be having conversations and spending actual time with loved ones in order to deepen the bonds. But in one way or another, you're just automatically going to be going with a flow of bringing in balance, bringing in harmony, creating joy. And then we have the Page of Cups as the overriding energy. So you are very spiritually connected this week. This is a beautiful week for meditation, for prayer, talking to God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe. This could also be a mentor coming in, or depending on your life path, you could become the mentor. This is celebrating the new path of tomorrow before it actually appears in your life, knowing that you are headed in that direction. The Six of Cups usually makes us, something from your past could actually show up this week, or something resembling your past could show up this week. And it's being brought forward to teach you something, or to latch on to the wisdom that you got the last time you went through this lesson, so that you don't necessarily have to go through the lesson again. It's like a pop quiz from the universe sometimes. So a person may come back into your life, a situation may come back into your life, or something in the present really resembles a person in the past or a situation in the past, in order to bring your attention to that point in time, in order for you to understand what you went through and what you learned. What was the cause and effect? How did you grow as a person? What would you have done differently? What was the wisdom you took away from that? We have the High Priestess, so sensuality, passion, new dreams, a little bit of magic coming in here. So think positive affirmations. Wake up in the morning and expect it to be. As we go into the weekend and into next week, we have the Eight of Cups. So this is moving forward in our path and maybe in a slightly different direction than we had started the week with. We may be looking towards new avenues, new ways of growth, new ways of doing things, new ways of becoming. And in order to do that properly, we know that we need to leave something in the past. Something needs to change. Something needs to grow, or maybe you've outgrown something. The best way of describing this card is a child growing to adulthood and leaving the family home. Okay, because even though they're leaving the family home, they are in order to go forward and grow their independence and grow their own dreams. But the home doesn't necessarily get cut off. It just changes to meet our new need for that part of our life. So wherever that change is going to occur, it will occur somewhere in your life. It doesn't necessarily mean with that card that we are slamming doors, that we are closing things off, that we are breaking things up, that we are, physically moving away from something, although we could be. But we're not cutting things off in our life. We're not closing doors in our life. Rather, they change, they evolve with us in order for us to go forward in time. And it's coupled with the Sun and the Tower. So what powerful cards are these? Okay, so as you go into next week, this weekend, next week, you shine. There's a radiance about you. You glow. Your vibration is off the scale, really, when these two cards come together. Okay, your energy will raise. Your charisma will be greatened. Greatened, is that a word? I don't know. So, and with the Tower, it's like the rebirth of the new you is starting to explode out. That you are feeling stronger, that you are feeling more secure, that you are feeling more realistic about your path forward, that you feel strengthened in your path forward, that it matches or it gives you a balance that you didn't have prior to this week taking place. For love relationships, we have the Four of Pentacles. Wow, look at what you have to offer in a relationship, please. because you are selling yourself short. Or you're in a relationship and you're not seeing the value of the relationship. So if you're not in a relationship, okay, and you really don't understand the beauty of who you are, the magic of who you are, of what you bring to the table, of what you bring into a relationship, then your vibration isn't at a high level or a high frequency in order to attract somebody beautiful into your life. So you need to appreciate you. If you are in a relationship, I think it's more about appreciating the other person and the relationship, of how it grounds you, of how it gives you strength, of what that other person means to you, about what the union means to you, and to build on it, to strengthen it, to empower it. But the most empowerment you'll get in a relationship or out of a relationship is the fact that you understand the greatness that you actually bring to the relationship before anything else. For career, finances, money, we have the Queen of Swords. You are ready to go forward. You are ready. You know, this is a week where you protect your dreams, that you grow your dreams, that you love your dreams, that you are growing and maturing your dreams into a reality, into something sustainable and something tangible. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.